I'll do a couple of small adjustments. As it is. To make sure the player's getting comfortable, let me get their names updated as well. This is Ryyudo versus Cephalopod. Faust versus Bedman. Intros are rolling up. We're letting them rock. Welcome out to Guilty Gear Rev 2, my friends. If you like Strive, definitely check this one out. Phenomenal game. And the players are off. Pushing out with a neutral right now. Faust definitely beast in this game. Bedman, one of those characters that was definitely strong at first, has been nerfed quite a couple of times over this over the course of the game's lifespan. But here we go. We got those quarter bar meters. We don't have to wait till 50 to spend it on RC. We just got to wait till 25%. We are very happy to spend a meter out here. Pressure, Red Roman cancel. Goes for a goal burst. No couldn't punish it yet, but Cephalopod able to get herself out. Here comes the pressure string now. Throws out a little ball. Gets a little conversion there too, but the tech out from Ryyudo. They get a follow up. Fishing with the pull. 5K with it. Nice 6P. Able to contest there. They're looking through. Gets the overhead into the bomb. Cephalopod loses game one. Round one. We ain't quite through the game yet. Pardon-moi, if I do declare. Nice 5K conversion from Ryyudo. Gonna go for the reset. Gets himself a chocolate bar. Ask himself, what's this? What's this? Doing some tweaking here as well on my end of things, making sure that we got good volume on the microphones and whatnot. As we're continuing, run a couple of Dragon Ball things. Throw from Ryyudo, gets himself game one. Ryyudo, of course, an absolute beast of a player in Rev 2. Cephalopod, this is the Guilty Gear that she loves. She may be up here casting Strive for y'all, but this is the one that has her heart and soul. This is the game. Faust coming in for round 2 of the surgery. Dude, you're funny. Talking to Veach, who's criticizing his own Dragon Ball commentary. Good personality to have on the stream. Bringing him down. Cephalopod now can keep up the pressure. Got Ryyudo in the corner. Burst available for him. Burst out there for Cephalopod as well. Oh my gosh, the chase with that RC. Poking at him. Now we're throwing items. Run up. What? Between Cephalopod, Ryyudo taking it. Going on into more of that. Let me go into XRD singles. Oh, did we not update that Smash GT bracket for Uni? I would not be surprised. It just tends to happen. I do not. Come on in, my dear. Come on in. I need someone who recognizes buttons and all that beautiful tech in this game. It's been too long since I've had the pleasure of working on it. Akihabara brackets.
Alrighty. So we are here with some Rev 2. We've had an amazing tournament so far. We've had, we have a lot of usual Colorado players such as Havoc Noah, myself, SciJo. Ryyudo entered for the first time in a while, which is really exciting. But then we also have some new faces, which is really cool to me too. So yeah, it's been a great tournament so far. That was just winners semis. I don't know who we're gonna watch next.
I would imagine it's, unless they're playing off stream right now, I think it's gonna be SciJo and Havoc Noah.
That makes sense.
That is the other winner semifinal that we have yet to really get up. I'm gonna go ahead and make that call, slap Noah's name down, as well as SciJo, and we'll get that updated. I'm gonna probably go do some interrogations like, hey, what's next? What's next? But Rev 2, my friends, I always love to see this game. Such a good time. Get the name through as well. Perfect. Swap this here.
Alrighty then. So now we play the waiting game. Like I said, don't really know who we're gonna see up next. Probably gonna be SciJo versus Havoc Noah, which will be a Ramlethal versus Eno. This is a pretty, I guess, historic matchup here in Colorado. SciJo and Havoc Noah have both been playing this game for such a long time. They play each other almost every time they're at the tournament together. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they adapt to each other. Now, historically, Havoc Noah does win this matchup against SciJo, but we'll see what happens this time around. SciJo has one of the best corner mix-ups with Ramlethal that I've seen of anyone. He's just really good at always nailing the mix-ups in the corner. And Ramlethal is such a devastating character once she gets you in the corner, because those sword setups allow her to do so many resets where it's very hard to tell, and you always have to be watching. Even if it seems like if she's in the middle of a combo, she might change things up. She'll go for a reset and then she'll overhead you, And of course, in this game, she has that command grab as well. Not a mix-up you see super often. You don't get super high damage off of it, but still something you have to be aware of against this character. So it's just really, really stressful. You never want to get in the corner against this character. At the same time, Havoc Noah's is just so clean. It's very hard to deal with this character in every single situation he can put you in. His high-low mix-up is incredible, and he is extremely consistent at landing air throws, so even when you think you're safe in the air, you aren't really safe against him. So it's really going to be interesting to see what's going to happen here.
Wonderful breakdown there, everybody. Shout out to Cephalopod. I was telling them, she may cast dry for y'all, but this is her love.
Yeah.
This is the Guilty Gear that's hers.
This is my favorite.
Yo, man, it's like mine too. Like, if there's one reason why I probably just can't pick up Kai and Strive, it's that he's not Rev 2 Kai. I love Rev 2 Kai. Rev 2 Kai is some nasty
Rev 2
shit.
Kai was really cool.
He was the damnedest, the coolest. Looks like we have characters being locked in. SciJo, of course, going over to that Ramlethal. Havoc Noah locking in Eno. Very classic choices for both these players. See them in Strive playing these characters because it started here, if not earlier.
Yeah.
Means up.
It's really interesting to see SciJo playing Ramlethal in both versions of Guilty Gear. She's in Rev 2 and Strive, because those characters are very different. But you can really see when he comes over to this game where his really where his strength and execution comes in. This is just such a complicated character.
All right, let's start it off.
Starting with her backdasher again. Those sword setups, that's something really hard for to deal with, because the swords really lock her down.
6P from Ramlethal, getting Noah counter hit on Wake Up. He is going to spend the burst already. SciJo taking to the sky. Noah tracking him down. Let's get down on this ground.
It's guard break. Ooh, tries to dash out of the corner.
Counter hit, burst as well. SciJo says, get off of me, the gold RC.
Drops the combo, but SciJo wasn't ready to react and take the opportunity to get out of the corner, which is something you always got to be on top of. Good FDs to get out, and we take that trade. It's going to almost maybe get you out. That is such a scary setup. Whenever you see that VCL YRC, that is so scary because that is 11 frames for having Noah to do whatever he wants. It is such a threatening Oki option for,
Going through Noah. Again, demonstrating his prowess as the character. Nice 6P there from SciJo, getting Noah off of him. Now here comes the knockdown, gets the overheads, a couple of those.
And there's the delayed JD mix-up, always threatening, because in this game it does get a good launch, which allows for a full combo, especially in the corner like this. And look, so much of SciJo's health is already gone. Good, very good blitz.
Love the blitz. This gets him through right here. And why is this wall not breaking, friends? That's because the wall remains intact in this game. Old school fighting game design. What a 6P from Noah. Baits out the burst as well. Not able to finish the combo though. SciJo, lease on life. Gonna get taken over. HCL, nice blitz again. Really good awareness of the option you need to use. Full charge dust, horizontal follow-up.
Where's the reset gonna be? What's the mix gonna be here? Good bait on the burst.
No punish though, and that is gonna let it stroke the big tree come through. And Havoc Noah taking game one, but SciJo finding his feet. Here we go. Swapping back in game two.
All right, starting with the round start 2S. It's a good option, covers a lot of space, and if it hits, that's just a huge easy damage combo.
There you go, 6P, 6P, 6P. Noah literally did like 6 in a row, just waiting for SciJo to run into it. Chemical Love getting the knockdown, throws the blitz shield this time. Havoc Noah catching on to SciJo's options on wake up.
Getting anti-aired by 6H.
As a contest, Noah knocked down.
Is it going to be taken? Ooh, that's going to interrupt 6P wake up.
Havoc Noah cleaning house so far. As one would expect from one of the strongest, if not the strongest player out in Colorado for Guilty Gear.
See SciJo just fishing for these anti-airs. All right, gets the Daro. That's a good trade. Needs to find a spot to get out of the corner. Nice use of stroke to go under Fire Slash.
There's the pressure, baits out the shield. Let's go. Nice throw. Let's go. Wake up for Tissimo.
It's going to allow Havoc Noah to get out of the corner. That's a really bad situation. SciJo almost had the momentum there. She managed to find his way back into that position.
Record series.
Instant block, yeah, has to RC that because if you instant block that overhead part of the string, then that is unsafe.
An instant block, a lot more comfortable in this game, just a more generous window affecting the frame data as well, so we're going to see a lot more of that feature in this game. Plus it also builds meter as well on the defense, so huge resource in here. Nice blitz shield. Okay. Able to stop, gets the stun. Black beat though, Noah not mashing out in time, but gets the gold burst, full bar. RC, he's got another 50% to follow up.
And a black beat combo, not to kill, but if you do a whipped burst that well, not what you want to see out of SciJo. Either way, having Noah gonna take it too, a really strong showing, but at the same time, in those moments where we saw SciJo being able to take momentum, he was really showing his stuff, that execution, those mix-ups coming in, and that amazing base spurt that one time he had in the corner. At the same time, can we say, how many times did SciJo land that blitz? I think it was like 3 out of 4, which is really good.
Absolutely. Understand the tools to use and having good call-outs for it. We will be moving on to next matches. I believe you have to play your losers match now.
Oh, I do?
Actually. So we need that one, and then we'll get in our next match on stream. It might be winners final, might be the other losers quarterfinal that we got.
All right. All right.
So we'll get those rolling along, my friends, as we get that set up. I'm going to just switch the cameras right on over. And I'm going to check in on the Dragon Ball crew. All right, next up we're going to have our winners final match between Havoc Noah and Ryyudo as they get the loser side of the bracket running through. Gonna mark that one down real quick, just get that set up. Ryyudo on player 1 side, Havoc Noah on player 2 side. And we're getting right into your winner's final match for Guilty Gear Rev 2. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today, or checking out the VOD if you're on YouTube at Akihabara Arcade FGC. Trying to make sure that we have access to these resources for as long as we need them. I'm going to let players get into it. Command throw out there from Ryyudo. Rather the, I actually don't know if that's a command throw anymore. That's not anymore. Got poison on Eno, so she's going to take some dot damage right there. Stroke the big tree getting through. Here comes the note. Multiple overheads. Great defense from Ryyudo so far. Gets counter hit and stroke the big tree. Not able to mash out. Pokes out with a low. Gonna burst, show them picks. Fortissimo to keep him back on the ground and in that corner. Havoc Noah gets thrown down. Goldbergs, he's got full bar now. But Ryyudo gets a very clean hit. Chasing some kind of tech option there. PRC throws him out. This is Rev 2, y'all. This is what I like to see. Counter hit, full conversion. Ryyudo takes round one against Havoc Noah, but the set definitely not over quite yet. And here we go, the Void now coming down from Faust. Noah able to escape with the RC. Going in, defense from Ryyudo, reacting to the overheads. Backs off too, Noah trying to use the vertical chemical love. Reversal gets blown up by the meaty. But here's Noah's knockdown. 11 frames, goes low. Ryyudo holding on to your life. Dead angles out. Another reversal from Havoc Noah gets blown up by a meaty. Oh, but the counter hit right there. Rhea covering so fast. Here comes the plus frames. Ryyudo blocking low once again. Not letting himself get mixed. Here comes the play. Able to get in there. Gold burst from Noah. Does not want to hold this anymore. Yellow RC. Only costs a quarter bar. Comes the pressure right now. Let's go through. Ryyudo with the defense. But finally gets open up low. He's able to jump through. Noah stays safe. Oh, he tries to poke through. Noah gets another knockdown to mess with. Base the super RC though. Ryyudo keeps himself safe. Now it's his turn to pressure Noah. Has to chill, hold his pressure. Overhead catches. Can't block forever. Shred that guitar for me, Ryyudo getting the combo, carrying Noah to the corner, gets the bomb. Blitz shield able to get through everything Ryyudo threw at him, and the bomb also exploding in Dr. Faust's face. Tons of damage here from Havoc Noah. The life bar just now catching up. Ryyudo gets a backdash there. Not able to convert. PRC to keep himself safe. Oh my gosh, the normals. Spreading out right there. Here comes the anvil. Able to jump. Faust grounded. Stops the air approach though. We got item play. Teleports through. Gets him in the air. Red Roman cancel. He's looking for Noah's burst. Noah finally gives it. Ryyudo not able to bait. Noah needs one more good knockdown. And that's all that Ryyudo needs. Game one over to Ryyudo, but guys, I hope you all like some good-ass Guilty Gear, because that's what we are about to get. Good ass Guilty Gear. Overhead, gets blocked. Here comes that RC. Pressure coming through. Gotta do my managing stuff. where we're getting the top 4 Dragon Ball Fighters finalized, and we should be able to get most stuff going through. The trade, Ryyudo goes up 2-0 over Havoc Noah. Noah going down in the set. What's going on in the world of Guilty Gear? Well, there's a Rev 2. Drives a different beast. Broke the big tree, coming through for Noah. He's able to get the pressure on. Nice poke out. Good defense so far from Fouls. Ryyudo taking this through. Here comes the pressure. Bring him down. Overheads. Pressure. Pressure. Getting a feel for everything there, my friends. Once Cephalopod is available, he's definitely going to be giving you guys some triple S tier commentary for this endeavor. Havoc Noah actually getting a great reversal. He's up around here. He's got Ryyudo down on quite low life. He's able to throw the note and pick himself up a little snack. Not able to kill off of that. Here comes pressure. Looks like Ryyudo backing off looking for a burst from Noah, but Noah says, I don't need to spend it just yet. Trying to keep himself alive. Keep yourself alive. Keep yourself alive. The low Havoc Noah keeps himself alive long enough. That winner's final be 2-1, and my friends, you asked, we heard, we listened. Cephalopod returns to the commentary.
All right, so what's the score so far?
It is 2-1. Ryyudo sitting up there at match point. As we get through things here.
Oh, good use of your rethrust. Oh, that was... you don't want to burst there. Noah, you know this. What are you doing?
Excellent defense so far from Ryyudo. Finally gets clipped. He's going to take a bit of damage. Full knockdown. Trades as well, and off the counter hit, actually. Ryyudo able to combo. Yellow RC action.
The air throw there.
Backing off. He tries to pull out an item. Noah able to get in there. Good blitz shield. Gets the item toss as well. There's little mini fouls. Look at him coming out. Like, eh.
Right, there's the unblockable. And there comes...
Not quite yet. He catches Noah waking up.
That was a good setup from Ryyudo there because he knew that having Noah couldn't really do anything with that spring underneath him, so perfect time to go in with the door.
Here comes the pressure. Multiple overheads. So many of them. Ryyudo's been blocking most of it.
That JD every time. It gets everyone every single time. You're not ready for it.
Gets the anvil down. Trips himself up. Gives Noah a little extra oki. Broke the big tree. Catching low. Catching again. Ryyudo now in the corner. Gotta hold this. Tries to break out. Another one. The HCL gonna be Roman canceled. Full corner conversion will Havoc Noah now.
Nice.
Tying up the rounds. Not quite letting winner's final slip away from him. The overhead. Not quite able to convert it. Counter hit.
Again, nice rethrust. Okay, good. That was a very good 5K. Of course, that does have some upper body involved. Just wasn't answering a very good option.
Oh, here comes the black hole pulling Noah away from the pressure just as he got in. The RNG working on Ryyudo's favor. Yellow RCs, as does Noah. Here we go. Make those eyes pop out of that hole. Bagging him around, drops the combo burst, and he throws. Oh my gosh, Ryyudo should have been punished, but instead, he's him. Wait, oh my god, the bomb!
And the bomb coming from downtown to save Ryyudo, keeping the momentum in his favor. Nice use of PRC door to get himself right back on top of Noah.
Okay, looks to keep himself out. Noah's got to be very careful here. Winner's final.
Spring, of course, coming in again. It's making so Noah can't easily go in enough. Doesn't look. Thought the spring was going away. The dive all the way from downtown.
The 6-speed
Tries to
trade.
anti-air in the middle. That's a trade.
And the throw.
And Ryyudo taking it 3-1.
But yo, man, absolutely crazy bunch of interactions right there. Just going all the way up on the screen, then, Little Witch just flying all the way from up top. Absolutely insane. Ryyudo, though, securing himself second place minimum over, while Havoc Noah down to losers final. We're now going to be looking at our next matchup, which is SciJo versus Trigomus for losers semifinal. I'm going to get that updated on our scoreboard next, my friends.
All right, so this is going to be SciJo versus Trigomus. Trigomus has been an up-and-coming Potemkin player here in Colorado. I think he's from... Is his group from Fort Collins or Colorado Springs? One of the two. Point is, he's a really nice, really strong, up-and-coming Potemkin player here in Colorado. He beat me off stream. It was a really close match, so I'm excited to see him here too. His Potemkin is just so threatening. He's very good at controlling his movement and controlling the screen with those with that flick. Now, if I remember correctly, flick does reflect the swords, but I wonder if Trigomus knows that, because this isn't exactly a matchup you're going to play often as a Potemkin player. There aren't many Ramlethal players out there, so this might be a knowledge check. But if Trigomus does know that he can reflect the swords with that flick, it's going to be a really good tool for him to make sure that SciJo cannot keep him as locked down as he wants to.
All very good points so far, my friends. Thank you again for hanging out either on the Twitch stream or checking out the YouTube VOD on Akihabara Arcade FGC, where this will be exported to. We got both of our streams running up today. Dragon Ball Fighters taking place on Akihabara Arcade. It's Akihabara Arcade 2, the side stream. After Rev 2, we will have Soul Calibur 6 coming at you. Evil Buho out here with a nice sizable bracket for himself. In the meantime, we got Rev 2. This was my first fighting game that I really took seriously, that I really learned. In fact, it was the game where I also won my first tournament ever did. It was like the Net Play New Player Tournament with Kai Kisuke back in 2016, 17? I think it was 17. 17 sounds right. Players getting set up, doing their buttons and everything like that. This game still looks damn good. Like, holy moly.
It's such a pretty game. I love it. It's so nice every time I come out here getting to play it on PS4, because normally I play it on PC and use like lower graphics settings to make it run better. So then when I come out here and play it in tournament, I'm like, oh yeah, this game is really pretty. It doesn't look as grainy as it does on my PC.
And here we go, Ramlethal. Jumping on out. Armed to the core with giant swords. Anime aesthetic as hell. And send in the big boys.
Okay. All right. Now, I think Trigomus, knowing SciJo, is going to want to jump here, so Trigomus is going to go for a heat knuckle or the backdash. That's something not something you want to throw out against Ramlethal. As you just saw, Garo is very good at predicting and catching backdashes around start. It's a threat against almost every character. There's only a few who can get out of it with a backdash.
Now, Trigomus able to continue getting in there. The blitz, though, from SciJo relieves pressure. Gets him low. Nice block on the overhead.
Block on the heel drop. Oh,
Trips him up, hammer fall in.
Trigomus just busting SciJo all the way to the corner. What's the mix-up going to be? Again, a 6H! SciJo's is still blocking!
SciJo's so worried about a Potemkin Buster coming through that he's just going to eat every single punch that Trigomus throws at him until he stops. Counter hit, though.
Oh, unfortunately, he drops the combo. That's a really good starter for SciJo there, because that could have been a full corner carry if he got the full combo. Nice overhead.
Full combo as well. Going to get the dust follow-up. I just got almost 100% meter. Goes
good block on the overhead reset. That's what I was talking about earlier when we saw SciJo versus Noah. That's SciJo's classic. He's always going to go for resets, hitting you with either a low or an overhead in those resets. So you've got to be aware what's his pattern of doing it. And good on Trigomus for blocking the first one. Unfortunately, did get clipped by the heel drop during the super, but what can you do?
Well, what can you do? You got giant green energy sword spinning in your face. How are you going to see that heal? Like, what a throw. Full charge, 5 dust. Baits the burst as well. Only going to get that heavy slash as a punish. Blitz again. Catching Trigomus' button. SciJo full conversion. Gets a little reset in there as well, but not much else.
There it is. Flicked the sword. That's what I was talking about earlier. Something Trigomus is really going to want to get to the corner. And here's the mix-up going for the 5D. That is so threatening because the Trishula obscures the 5D orange splash that it causes, so you really can't see it coming. I got tripped by like 3 times. It's dirty. It's dirty.
Oh, he's able to bait out the shield as well. Goes for the 5K, not quite finding anything yet. SciJo gets himself out. Looking for the next opportunity here. Throw, though.
Just needs a hit now. Just looking for anything. Expecting SciJo not to block. Scared of that Potemkin Buster again. And good call out on the backdash. 5H all across the screen. You aren't getting away from me.
He's like, where are you going? And he points at you with his entire forearm. Backdash not quite catching there. SciJo constantly losing these air-to-ground situations as once he lands, Turkham is coming out with a throw. 6P, it's a counter head. Not able to combo, though. Air tech is a thing in this game.
Yeah, tried to go for a heat knuckle there, and I think that was misinput.
Oh, Turkham could have baited that a little longer, but he just flinches at the worst possible moment. He eats the blitz shield. And now corner combo from SciJo. Going to keep it chained, bring him down.
To find a way out, and manages to get out with a 5H.
Hammerfall coming through.
Trying to catch a flick.
The pressure is going to continue on now. Nice first.
Oh, that slide head, though, not a good call out. Of course, burst does leave the opponent in the air after an air attack, so you can't really count on them just taking the unblockable after landing. This might chip him out, or, you know,
or just get hit low.
Just gets hit low. That works too.
Very hard to deal with that one. SciJo taking game one for himself, but still back and forth between both sides. Something that you love to see. Nice, good, close sets. Here you go. No intros needed. We've already introduced ourselves as we continue on into game two of losers, not final.
Oh my goodness,
Semifinal.
Perfect timing on the backdash. So even though I said Dara was perfect at calling it out, he managed to invul through it. That was really good timing. All right, good cross up. Yes, I just playing this a lot better now. He's spending a lot of time in the air where Trigomus can't really challenge him. Good throw. So many times we've seen now that Trigomus is just punishing air dash in with air dash in button with a throw. And gets the air throw this time. What's the mix-up going to be? Goes low 2K. Gets a nice mix-up. All right, 2P just mashing. Catching SciJo trying to jump out of that Potemkin Buster is such a threat, especially in the corner. Meterless in the corner in this game. Potemkin can get a full combo off of Potemkin Buster. It's a very threatening option when he has you right there. Gets the throw. Again, what's it going to be? Very good blitz shield. Oh my goodness, looking for any opening, tries to get the air throw out there, and unfortunately gets guard broken. Good to 5P mash. Once again, trying to go for that slide head when SciJo isn't even on the ground. That's one thing I've noticed a bit with Trigomus. He's a bit trigger happy with those slide heads. Not really what you want to see as a Potemkin player. That move is really slow. All right, now we're going to get a huge confirm into a mix-up for SciJo here. Mix-up, what's it going to be? There it is, goes to that high. Like I was saying so many times, Ramethal has so many options to go for different highs and lows in that situation. And SciJo closing it out with the super. I think we saw SciJo end with the super every single round he won. So that was funny. But as I was saying, Ramethal has so many different looking highs and lows to trip you up with in the corner. So for overheads, she has just, you know, like rising JK. She has delayed air dash JK. She has the overhead slam with her arm as part of one of her strings. Then she also has the heel drop. As far as lows go, she has 2D, 2K, a slide, quite a few other lows as far as the strings go. So not only do you have to always be aware of both the high and the low options, but you have to be aware of all of them because she has so many fast ones that she can do as part of her strings. And you always got to be looking, what's it going to be? Of course, we're going to see the rematch here in Losers Finals. Havoc Noah versus SciJo. As I was saying, classic Colorado matchup. Now, last time we saw this on stream a few minutes ago, Havoc Noah did take it over SciJo. But one thing we noticed that SciJo was doing really well is timing those blitzes to get himself just perfectly out of the corner, not even holding it for the blitz shield, because uncharged blitz in this game, in this version of the game, pretty much just freezes the opponent in the air. So if, you know, let's say an Eno player, hypothetically, was hover dashing at you and you do an uncharged blitz and parry them, you can just run under them because they're frozen in the air, and Ramthal's running hurt box is pretty small, so you can just run under her and take the corner for yourself. And that's something that SciJo is doing really well. back in winner semis. So let's see if we can keep it up. At the same time, though, having Noah is an amazing player as far as adaptations go, so we know he's going to be looking for it now. He knows that SciJo is always looking for that blitz. So now, you know, having Noah is going to be looking for the blitz too. Oh, he's going Biken this time. SciJo does have a bit of a Biken. He pulls it out every once in a while, and I think maybe he's just trying to pull it out here to trip up Havoc Noah. He already knows that Havoc Noah is, like, you know, used to fighting his Ramlethal again, so this is a way to keep Havoc Noah guessing. He doesn't know what SciJo is going to be. He's not used to this matchup anymore. Fuck the high. That falling to Samigaeshi. Very good interruption by Noah. Oh, try to get the Azami. Unfortunately, didn't work out. Arizami is a very powerful tool for Biken because she has a lot of strong follow-ups that will allow for full combos mid-screen if she gets it. And look for the Azami there, but Havoc Noah was looking for it too. Oh! Noah, unfortunately, accidentally crossed himself up. Not what you want to see. Good air throw. Ino is very threatening to fight against in an air situation because one of her best air buttons, JH, it OS's air throw. So it's very threatening. Ino players can just like air dash at you and press JH, and you just kind of have to be ready to like tech it. It's kind of dumb. Didn't hold down the Azami, parry every single hit. Doesn't really matter though. Manages to find himself in. As I was saying, that VLC YRC, VCL YRC, it's a very threatening tactic. Okay, yeah. SciJo's like, okay, this isn't working out. Let's go back to Ramlethal now. Good use of stroke to go right under far slash. Unfortunately, drop the full combo confirm. Doesn't matter though if you're just gonna air throw. And as I was saying, that JH is such a threatening OS. Good instant blocks to punish the Daro. And SciJo just isn't ready for this pressure. Tried to find a way and, you know, get an air throw there, but unfortunately the spacing wasn't right. He just recalled sword. Oh, stroke going to right under Daro. SciJo just doesn't know what to do. Like, every single option is pulling out around start. Havoc Noah is just like, nope, I'm stroking. I'm going under that. It's not, this isn't real. I'm Ino. I'm like high tier in this game. I can do what I want. That hurt. That hurt. Yeah, SciJo was just really overwhelmed there, I think. That starts US. Just didn't even block the note. Oh, try to go for an early burst, but Havoc Noah just wasn't even near him. Okay, this could be the hit he needs. Has him in the corner. What's the mix going to be? Goes low. Havoc Noah, though, bursting. Ow. As I was saying, there's that adaptation coming into play that Havoc Noah was getting ready for. He's looking for these blitzes now. He knows when SciJo wants to do it. Just smashing 5P, okay. All right, that's a big counter hit. This is going to be a pretty much almost full corner carry. Actually, I think he could have gotten a few more hits in to pull him all the way to the corner, but that's really tight at that point. tight to keep that trailer going. So I understand that he just wanted the hard knockdown to get some Oki going. Throws him into the corner, and gold burst. It's going to be full meter, and full meter is not something you want to see against having Noah. You know, he's just going to be looking for those plus frames with Fortissimo. There it is. All right, goes low, and air throw again. That JHOS, it's so good. Having Noah is just in complete control of the sky right now, and SciJo just doesn't know what to do. I mean, I don't blame him. I don't think anyone knows what to do in this situation. Having Noah taking a very clean 3-0. Now we're gonna see run back from winners finals. Ryyudo versus Having Noah. And it seems Ryyudo is missing. Where is Faust? Alrighty, so back in winners finals, Ryyudo did manage to take it 3-1 over Having Noah. And those players are both very strong in their respective characters, been playing for a long time. So this is always a great match to see, but I didn't really get to see much of that last match, so I don't really know what adaptations Having Noah is going to be looking to make here. Alrighty. Now then, knowing how both these players like to play, Ryudo's probably going to start with a 5k, and Having Noah's just going to stroke under that. Never mind. Ryyudo had the good call out on the hover dash attempt. And, you know, something I've been noticing all throughout this tournament so far is that Ryyudo's very clearly used to execution and strive, and by that I mean he's not getting his drill cancels as consistently as I'm used to seeing him. And that's definitely hurting his neutral and mix up a lot. Like you saw there, he went for a J2K, and I can almost guarantee you he was trying to do a drill cancel. Good blitz. Oh, frame trap, 5H. And a full combo, wall splat, and then right into goal. Alright, that's going to be the full confirm. Ino's corner damage in this game is really strong if you get the right starter. Well, J2K worked out there, but I definitely could have gotten a better starter if it just came out as drill cancel. Splits. Oh my god. Getting sniped by the hammer. And the Dizzy, yeah, doesn't want to finish out that that Rekka strain because, you know, just take the damage from the Dizzy. It's better. Having Noah just, as I've been saying, so consistent on looking for those air throws. Good blitz. Now this is similar to what we were saying in SciJo versus Having Noah. Just almost every time Ryyudo's getting really, really good positioning off of those blitzes. But I mean, at the same time, you know, Havoc Noah could be trying to adapt to them and look for them, but at the same time, he doesn't really need to. He's getting some really good success, you know, even without it. Blitz costs 25 meter, and it's a gamble every time you do it, and you know, there's no real point in looking for it if you're gonna hit most of the time anyways. Success rate with these high-low hop mix-ups is enough already that he doesn't need to look for those blitzes. Yep. Alright, Ryyudo taking some time. Definitely what you want to see. He's not as warmed up as Havoc Noah here. So it's confirmed, of course, that oil is coming up. You gotta be. Oh! Good! That was such good use of the blitz because it prevented the hitbox of Love from hitting contact with the oil. And if that oil set fire, that was a bad situation for Havoc Noah to be in. That was would have been amazing plus frames, and at that point, Ryyudo could have just done whatever mix-up he wanted to. Very good drill cancel mix-up. And as I said, you know, he wasn't looking so strong at him at the start of this tournament. But the longer we go into this grand final set, it seems to get him more consistent. Just really going to start helping that mix-up there. Here comes the helium, the only useless item in the game. Great, went for a reset with JD to get the launcher, but good on Ryyudo, who's looking for it. Longing desperation, that's gonna hit. That was a bit unfortunate timing on Ryudo's part. I think he was looking for the mini Faust to hit on the way down to make that a true block string. Didn't block the going my way, which is kind of interesting because there isn't really much Faust can do after a block J2K. Good throw. Here comes the unblockable. Yes, has to BLC or do something to get himself in the air to get himself out of that situation because that would have been an unblockable setup, and at that health it would have killed. Good use of the bomb. It's making it 1-1 now.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Dan's here. Air throw. Very nice blitz. Oh. And having no one try to play the blitz minigame back, oh, I can almost guarantee you was looking to blitz Ryudo's blitz attack. This is going to get confusing fast. But Ryyudo was smart, didn't even charge it. And unfortunately, it got him the situation he needed, catching having no with that counter hit, or 5H. No, as I was saying, all that having no 1. But that's beside the point. Oh, there's the unblockable. Okay, so that move, functionally, it's just used like this kind of command grab mix-up. but I have to be technical. It is technically unblockable. That only hits when you're on the ground. I don't know why the game considers that different from a command grab, but okay, sure.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock. Counter.
Getting some blocks, yeah. Good use of HCL YRC, getting himself out of the situation where that mini Faust is going to come down and keep him locked down in neutral. Again, YRC keeping himself safe from the falling hammer. And blocks, man, just to get out of it. Oh my goodness! That's something you almost never see it. Very good on Ryyudo on recognizing the exact situation where he could use it. Faust 5D in this game, for whatever reason, it reflects projectiles and throws them back as a baseball. And you saw it right there because HCL is technically a projectile. So Ryyudo, with perfect timing, used it in the middle of having nose pressure. It reflected the HCL and got himself out of the corner. That was amazing recognition from Ryyudo. And throw a reset. All right, now we're going up into bracket reset point for Havoc Noah here. Oh, and here comes big mini Faust. I don't know what to call that. Oh my god. Oh, what for an air throw there! But good on Ryyudo doing the delayed, going my way to keep himself safe. Not a situation you want to be in yet. Now, he did have the meter to FD that love, but I don't think he just recognized it in time. Oh, big mini Faust coming at it again. Getting Ryyudo a full combo. Oh, nice interruption on the Pogo mix-up. Oh my god. That's gonna hurt. Long desperation will kill, and that is gonna be 3-1, having most favor. Here we go. Bracket reset. Heck yeah.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Oh, good throw. Use the instant block frames after the instant blocking the note. Throw. That was really good. Oh no, try to anti-here! What's up gonna be? And there's a VCL YRC. It hurts. Every time I see it, I get sad. It hurts so much.
Duel. All or nothing. Counter.
Oh no! But shielded right into mini Faust. He gets the full re-thrust. Gonna throw some items, keep himself covered in neutral here for a bit now. That bomb's coming down. You can't hit bomb away from you in this game like you can in Strive. It stays in place. Oh my god. That was... You know, he was looking for it again. He was looking to reflect that HCL. But good on Ryyudo. Recognizing the situation. And we are seeing it to punish the trope. And he found coming down! Oh! Ryyudo tried to win the blitz, but he can't make it to throw RC! Looking for a burst, but Ryyudo wasn't gonna throw it that easily. And that hits! Oh, what? Yeah, please. That angel can occasionally turn back into a Reaper sometimes. Gets out of the gold burst, and this is an even game. But the amount of meter each player has, Chip is gonna take. Well, Chip would have taken it, but once again, having Noah recognize the situation of Pogo startup, and it got out of it with an HCL.
Duel. One. Let's rock. Counter.
Wake up 6P, gonna keep having Noah from starting things. Oh, and here comes the real mix-up, helium mix-up. the mix-up where it gets annoying. Annoying voices, wow. Although I actually don't know how well we can hear it on stream. I can't hear it too much. Oh, Meteor's coming down. This is, really? Oh! What for the unblockable there? Now, the Meteors did keep Ryyudo's momentum going. Oh, messed up the input on drill cancel. Time to cross up, keeping having no just a little safe, but with the extremely slow overhead 6H gonna take it. Oh my god. Oh, I hate this character. Getting the dizzy, this is gonna be the round for having Noah.
Duel 3. All or nothing.
Manages to find his way out. The super jump FD. That's not even a mix-up. Having Noah is just trying to catch Ryyudo doing a wake-up anti-air at this point, and it's working so well with these BCLs. Oh my goodness! The love traded! I'm so surprised that worked! Oh, and you know Ryyudo was looking for the delayed JD there, but having Noah was on top of it. Wasn't even doing it this time in the note, keeping Noah safe. The Noah's going up. Is this 2-0 or is this 1-0? I think it's 2-0 now. Yeah, 2-0 in Grand Finals bracket reset.
Let's rock.
Oh, gotta be careful of that oil again. Alright, that's a safe jump. That's gonna keep him safe. Whoa! It was a safe jump, but he just wasn't blocking. Alright, Meteors. Having Noah has to be careful of them again. As I was saying, having Noah has to be careful of them again. Oh, gets the overhead mix up. In danger time, that's gonna hurt. Ryyudo could be taking the momentum he needs to get himself on the board and prevent having Noah from taking this bracket reset clean 3-0. Throws out the note. Right. Looking for an air throw there, but good interact by Ryyudo. Plus frames, yeah, has to backdash that. There's the oil explosion. Controlling neutral for just a small amount of time. Didn't get an item he needed to continue that combo. And unfortunately, now having Noah is out of the way of that mini Faust anyways. Once again, looking for an interruption with the 5D reflection. You can see so many times that what having Noah is doing, he's throwing out that note in neutral and then doing a micro dash with the hover, and then immediately canceling that into an air dash, looking for Ryyudo trying to jump over that note and air throwing him for it. And of course, if he does it with the proper timing and spacing, that will combo, or that will throw him right into the note, and having Noah will get a full combo. And you can see so many times now, having Noah is just looking for that setup. Got 2K frame traps. Oh no! Threw Noah the health. Oh no! Oh my god, what is happening? Unfortunately, didn't get the pickup. Well, fortunate for Ryyudo. Long in desperation, it's gonna. Oh my god. Okay, that was a really good recognition from Ryyudo. No! That's 2 times now that having Noah has gotten the angel. Good blocks on the overhead. Blocks the burst. This isn't. Well, okay, never mind. It did kill. I didn't think that JH would do enough damage with the peroration, but hey. Ryyudo putting himself on the board.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
Once again, throwing Havoc Noah the health pickup. Something that you can see Havoc Noah is doing that's keeping himself a little bit safer at fully screened distances is doing the TK note, which is barely putting himself off the ground. And why that's important is because if Ryyudo looks and counter hits the note startup with the re-thrust, oh my, oh jeez, that was a really good anti-air. But as I was saying, Ryyudo's looking at counter hit the startup of note with a re-thrust because having Noah is putting himself just slightly in the air with the TK note versus grounded note. It's making it so Ryyudo can't get the full Rekka string, which will lead into hard knockdown and give him great positioning. It's very, very slight, but very smart defensive tool that having Noah throwing out. Just an early burst of that. The fireworks coming in and gets allows for Ryyudo to get 1 free minute. And we got the double black hole. Oh my god. Oh!
Turn up the heat. Counter.
Good blocks from Ryyudo so far. Oh, nice throw attack. Oh no, that was bad timing. Having Noah still had the invul from the air throw and that only worked out, so the oil explosion hit Ryyudo himself. Not the outcome you want to see there as a Faust player.
Duel 3. Keep on rocking.
Things are looking dire for Ryyudo now. Manages to catch himself with a little bit of health here with that donut pickup. And big mini Faust coming far from behind. The media's up the wrong way. You ain't see that. Oh no! No! 6-piece hitbox doesn't have enough of a lower hitbox to interrupt stroke there. First to keep himself in the corner. Counter hit dive out, doesn't even go for the kill combo. Okay, gets a throw, pouring momentum. This is what he needs. Oh, pokes himself out with the 2S, but doesn't manage to get a full combo. All right, catching. Oh, this is a scary series of scrambles for all the players. Okay, yes, get off that poke line. Does it FD? The HCL to VCL Rekka string. And that is enough chip to take it. Havoc Noah taking grand finals in bracket reset 3-1 over Ryyudo. And that was this month's Guilty Gear Exide Rev 2 here at Akihabara Arcade. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. Thank you to everyone here who entered, because we got 9 people in bracket today, which is an amazing number to see for Rev 2 in 2021 here in Colorado, especially where a state where Strive is such a popular game. So I'm really happy to see so many people here coming out for this game. As for the rest of the tournament, I believe we have Soul Calibur 6 coming up on the stream next. So if you're into 3D fighters, definitely check that out. Over on the main stream, I think we have the end of Dragon Ball Fighters going on right now. Then after that, we'll get Melted Blood, and then after that, we'll get Strive. Anything else I should say? As always, thank you to Akihabara Arcade. It's a great venue, and I'm really happy they continue to host us here for our tournaments. I'm happy that we're still able to do Rev 2 tournaments here as well. If you're interested in watching more Rev 2, I myself run bi-weekly-ish Rev 2 net play brackets on Steam on my Twitch channel, which is just Cephalopod 0 with another 0 at the end. As far as upcoming Rev 2 events, we have Caliburst coming up the first week of November, I think. Having Noah will be there. He's traveling out of states all the way up to NorCal for that. If you care about supporting the Rev 2 scene, Pat the Flip does amazing work up there, so definitely check him out. It's a great tournament series. And I think that's all I have to say. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all later.